Sally and I are back again for another bit of adventuring, and today we are using some ribbon and a shoelace. Strange. So what we're going to make first, I did cut some to length there somewhere. There we go. What we're going to make, Sally, is a stream, because I think it's time we found a stream in this lovely little clearing, and we're going to make a snippet roll, basically. So grab your scraps. Let's make snippets. I've been into my little Blue Mermaid book, look. Got some more little bits of blue. And we're basically just going to attach them to this ribbon. I've got any more? Here's some more. And make it a very touchy-feely because that's what we're all about for this fidget panel. What else have I got? I haven't had any of this yet. This looks cool. Some of you may recognise this. This is my out of my blue scrap bag that I found at the scrap store. Let's just have a bit of this. Okay, so all we're going to do is nice and simple. We don't do anything complicated, do we, Sally? Nope, we like easy. I'm just going to stitch pieces onto this piece of ribbon just to give me a base like this, and just add more bits like this along the ribbon, and then we'll see what we've got at the end. We may add some more bits and pieces. And Sally's traversed the wild hills and she's now come to a beautiful clearing. I'm going to fold that over like that and stick that down. And you may have spotted in the corner I've got some yo-yos, ready-made yo-yos, because in this clearing are some beautiful flowers right beside the stream. So it's a very pretty little scene, and we're going to try and make it as tactile as we can using our bits of fabric. Do a little bit of a fold like this, make a ruffle. Up and down. It doesn't really matter if you see through, that's why I'm using a blue ribbon. Let's use some of this. Let's fold it over. So I want to say thank you to everybody who shared their pages last week on the Facebook group. It was so fun. Oh, you all had such brilliant ideas. I look at mine now and I'm thinking, why didn't I think of that? So I think I want to add some more bits into Sally's rucksack. And I want to redo my compass because I've seen some lovely compasses. And mine's a bit boring, so I want to make another one now. We're going to leave this all scrunched up like this. I mean, what a cool little river this is. Little stream. Not a river. It's not a raging river. It's just a little stream. Sally wants to go for... You want to go for a paddle? She wants to go for a paddle in the stream. Well, I'm sure you can do that. So we'll stop that down now, just all along the ribbon, because there's nothing to hold on to there. Let's go back up here. Tie that off. Nothing to hold on to. It's all got frayed at the end. I've got one more piece there. I might add it. Just tie it off. And this will be our little stream running up here. So I'm going to use some different blue because I've got it, basically. And we're just going to, I might add this bit halfway up. We're just going to stitch it down. Yep, another row of stitches. I could have stitched it just straight on, but I thought I'd have some. In fact, let's go this way. And what we'll do is we'll do a bit of fly stitching. See if I can remember how to do that. So something like that. I know, look at that. You're getting a little tutorial as well. And I'll go up here. And then over there. Just to hold it down. They don't need to be even, unless you want them to be. But, you know, wonky is absolutely fine. We like wonky. Just another bit of pattern and texture. Up. And a bit of a knot. So I hope everybody's okay. I hope you've all had a lovely week. Oops. Concentrate, Carol. There we go. Mine's been very quiet at work. It's all very quiet at work, but I've had quite a lot to do at home, which has been fine. But you know, I've got visitors coming at the weekend, and you know what it's like. You've got to do a bit more of a tidy up than you usually do. You know what I mean? Yeah, that sort of tidying, like the things that, you know, like the pile of things that I've put down to, you know, I've cleared, like I've done some weeding and I've cleared the garden, but my pile of stuff that I've got to take to the tip is still down the side of the house. So obviously, I'm not going to put that on. I need to move that, so I've got to do a tip run, which I wasn't planning. And I've got some bits and pieces. I've been tidying out my shed. I wasn't expecting my visitors. It's lovely. I'm looking forward to seeing them, but just wasn't expecting them. So I've been sort of clearing out my shed and trying to sort of tidy that up a bit. Hence, all the rubbish that needs to go to the tip. I can't fit it all in my bins. And it's not very far. I just have to pop it in my car and take it down. But it's just another job. And I've had to paint my front step because that was all coming. All the paint was peeling off. So, yeah, all them sort of jobs. Oh, and cleaning the windows outside. That's another job. It's just been a bit hectic. Oh, no, you're not coming off. And when we're going over here now. And we can put more layers of stitching on here if you want to. Just making sure, it comes off my needle, because I haven't done that yet today. There we go. Just you do that and I'll rethread. A couple more of these. I can't remember whether they're, I'm pretty sure they're called fly stitches. But, you know, we don't worry about what things are called, do we? We just stitch because we like the stitching. And that's all that matters. At the end of the day, just enjoy what you're doing. I want to get that bit down. Oh, look, that's caught there. That's good. We'll go through there again. Will the cotton last till the end? Is the question. Or we could have a sort of little pool at the bottom, couldn't we? Oh, yes. Because this is coming all the way down the mountain, obviously. And into this lovely little clearing. So I am thinking about putting maybe a bit of a... Come on, come on. Which one at the end? That's the one. A bit of a pool? I've just thought of that. I wasn't thinking about that, but I am now. Maybe we should put one there. Obviously not with this cotton because this one's all run out. There we go. There's our little stream. I'll get my little magic thing on that in a minute. Oh, it's a bit dark. I got that out, but it's a bit dark. I don't know. It's got to be the same sort of colours. Maybe I should just put a little patchwork bit at the bottom. Like this. Or here. I could just tuck it underneath there. And put something. I quite like that. I think I'll just stitch that on. Like that. Where's the rest of that little bit? I had a little bit of blue left, didn't I, on this one? There might be some fish in this one. Is this where you want to go paddling, Sally? You're going to paddle in here. I think she might. Let's just stitch it down. Little stitches. Just little straight stitches. You see the fly stitches? Not that complicated. If you haven't done it before, have a go. Just catch that one in as well. It's fine. We just go over the top. Just use it up. Use up them scraps. One day I'm going to make something that's not scraps. But I don't know when that day will be. Right. Let's just get this one down and then we can carry on. Oh, no, 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 you're not coming off. There we go. Okay. Nice little pond. So it's come all the way down the mountain, this little stream. And it's made a little pond here before it goes trickling back further down the mountain. We may see it again later on. So there we go. So Sally's going to go for a little paddle in here. So if she wants to do that, she can't go in with her boots on. So she needs to take her boots off. And this is what my next idea is to make a shoelace panel so that we can practice our shoelaces. Now that isn't going to work, this one. I'm going to have to get the big one. Okay, here comes the slightly tricky bit. Mind out the way, Sally, because we're bringing in this big crocodile thing, and we are going to try yes, I've put the backing on. We're going to try and put some holes straight somehow. I don't know how I'm going to do this. Maybe I should draw a line. Nah. Right, where's my hole? Right, I think it's this one. So we're going to make a hole. Well, I'm going to make like about, I don't know, 6 or 8 holes. So this should be fun. And this is going to be Sally's bootlaces. So I don't know if this is going to work. Okay. One. Try and make it level, but it may be and it may not. So I'm going to do a few of these. Mind my head. It may or may not be level, guys. We'll see. I'm sort of trying to judge them and then press. Move it along. Yes, I could have measured them properly, but hey. Where's the fun in that? Do you think 6? I think probably 6 will be enough. Now all I've got to do is put little these in. Where are they? I've got them out. Here they are. Some of these eyelets. Not that many. Move this back up to here. Ooh. Is that right? Let's see. Put this on. Oh my goodness. Right. If this works, I should be very surprised, but hey. There we go. That's not bad. If I can get all 6 right, that will be a miracle. Oh, no, here we go. So I'm going to just pop all these through, and these are going to be my bootlaces. I'm just leveling it, trying to level it up. So far, so good. They're a bit battered on the back. I hope they stay in. You know when you have an idea and you think, oh yeah, that'll work. and then you have to actually try and make it work. There we go. Haha. Oops, that doesn't sound good. Okay, they're a bit battered on the back. Oh. But we will see how we get on, because now we've got to thread the lace. They're a bit wonky. So we'll come up from the back. I might cut some of this off, although I'm then going to cut this. So that's maybe not such a good plan. quite like these ends, but I can put something else on them. I've just come up with the floor because you won't be able to do this once. I think we'll just have it as she's tying up her bootlace. Not that she's threading it, because you know you wouldn't have to thread it, would you? If you've took your boots off to have a paddle, you wouldn't have to re-thread all your boots. You just need to do a bow. I wanted to do one, all right? This is part of my fidget quilt. So we're going to just make let's see how long this is. It's a very big shoelace. It's like a bootlace. Yeah, it's way too big. I might see if I can find a shorter one, or maybe I'll cut this down. Shall I cut it? Yeah, let's cut it. Let's just do that. And what I might do is just put some glue on the end to stop it fraying. But there we go. Sally's done her boots back up. She's finished paddling in the water. And now she's going to go and have a look at the flowers. And we're going to put some of these on, because it's such a pretty little place. And I'm just going to stick these on. Maybe we'll have one up here. Maybe another one here. Pretty little clearing in the forest. And we're just going to stitch these down. That hasn't got a lot of thread. Now I'll have this one. And I'm just going to put them on through the button. These are lovely to play with, aren't they? Let me take these off a moment. Come on. I'm going to just come up through the button again if I can. Going well. It's going well. Okay. So it's already made. You can make some. I'm sure that you probably know how to make yo-yos. If you don't, I did make one, a big one for my tree. And that the second week. I think that was the second week. So you can always pop back and have a look. But that was big. It's a big one. And there we go. How fun is this? Just playing with our bits and pieces. I may find something not quite so bulky as this shoelace. It does seem quite bulky. But, you know, it's not going in a book or anything, so I may leave it. I don't know. Because you've got to have something thick enough to play with, I think. And my panels are quite large. So I'm looking forward to seeing how you are going to interpret this, whether we're going to get some streams. Maybe you could use your shoelace as a rope bridge. I was thinking of that. I did think maybe I could do a rope bridge. And then I thought, how am I going to do a rope bridge? You know, in my head, I could see it, but I had absolutely no way that I could think to actually bring my idea to life. So the next idea I had was Sally taking her boots off and going for a paddle. Come on. And that seemed like an idea as well, so that, you know, you've got the shoelaces to fiddle with. Like I'm fiddling with this button. And just in case you're new and you haven't seen what we're up to, this is just a story of little Sally here going off on an adventure. She has adventures and we just do some stitching. And this time we are making a fidget panel I'm making. I can put that one up there, shall I? Yeah, by the side of the stream. I'm making a fidget panel, which could be a quilt. It depends how it all comes together. I'm not quite sure yet. Some people are doing books and putting all these into books. And you can just think, oh, I want to have a go at playing with that, and just do one-off random piece. There's no rules. Join in if you want to join in, or just stitch along with whatever project you're doing. If you don't feel like doing this week, don't do something else. Your Sally can go on a completely different adventure. I think one more, maybe this one here. This is such a textured page. This is going to be so fun to sort of play with, this page. I do like all the interactivity in these fidget quilts. It's probably nothing like anybody's fidget quilt ever. Karen, who made the first ones, came up with a really good idea that she shared on the Facebook group this week. I can't remember, what did we call them? Snappy something? No, it's gone out my head. Basically, she made little elements and then snapped them on and off her quilt. And I thought that is such a brilliant idea. So thank you for sharing that, Karen. It was very inspiring. There's a lot of inspiration. So if you want to join, there's a very, very simple questions. And you can come and join us with your wonky stitching. Do you know what? That is sort of quite cool, because you can sort of boots off, go for a paddle, and then boots back on. Do a big bow. There we go. I may do a bit more stitching. I'm sure we've got time, haven't we, Sally? Do you think so? I think so too. I'm going to get this. Oh no, I know what we'll do. Let's put some fishes. I've got this. Look. I'm going to put a little bit of this in the water, in the pond. And that can be a little fish. A little fish playing in the pond. Did he tickle your toes, Sally? Or did you not see him? There we go. Little fish in the pond. Is he on his own? Do we need another fish? We need another fish. And you can just see bits of fishes. That's a bit big, but you know. We don't worry about that. We just have a bit of fun. Have a bit of fun with your stitching. Nobody has to see it, not like mine, where, you know, anybody who comes across it on YouTube is going to see mine. Which is quite scary. But it's just a bit of fun. Let's add some more stitches down here. Maybe we put some crosses on it. I don't know why, just because. Anchor my fabrics down a bit. Oh, we're looped somewhere. We're upside down or everything. Oh, which way but loose. Just stitch because you want to. And you don't want it to come off, so, you know, we just add some more stitching, hold it down. But still leaving it all textured so that it's lovely to feel. Yeah, we didn't quite come down this far, did we? So we'll just do some more stitching down here. I may start putting my panels together. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that yet. I've got to put them onto my backing. So I might sew them together. Or I may put strips around the edge of each one. I'm not quite, that might be an option. I'll have to have a think. I will come and show you what I'm doing. Maybe we'll do a nice quick one next time. What are we doing next time? Oh, I've got it written down. Oh yeah, I'm thinking once Sally's been through this stream and she's paddled across it, come out the other side, I think what she's going to find is a secret garden. And there's going to be bright coloured butterflies and exotic flowers. What do you think? I'm going to enjoy that one. That one might be a long one. Might be a long one. Right, I'm going to just do some more stitching. And that is about it for this week. So I hope that you are inspired to have a go. Maybe you don't want to do a stream. Maybe you want to do something else with your ribbons. Let's go over here. Do as much as you like or as little as you like. There's no rules. And you certainly do not have to be perfect. Case in point. We are not perfect. Slow stitching isn't about the perfection. It's about just stitching for the fun of it and not worrying about what the back of your stitching looks like. There we go. I'm going to stop. And I am right at the end there now. So we encourage the wonkiness. Okay. So that's my little bit of stitching for this week. Right, I'm going to see what time it is. Okay, I've had a look and I think I've got time to show you how I'm going to put mine together. I've made a decision and I'm sticking to it. Maybe. Okay, Sally. Right, so these were the first 2 pages, and what I'm going to do is stitch them together and then cover them up with something. So my first job is to just stitch with a little blanket stitch up the first side. I'm not worrying about the edges because they will be done when I do the outside, when I put the backing on. So I've got a very long piece here. It's a bit too long maybe to do this with. So, oh, I went a bit squiffy there. Come on. Right. I was going to do this quickly. It's not going to be quickly, is it? So, you know how to do blanket stitch. In, through the loop, and then pull it. Don't have your string, cotton, embroidery thread, whatever you're using. Don't have it too long. So I'm just going to go all the way up here, trying to keep my stitches quite small. Not easy for me. I will try and rein them in a bit. There we go. Didn't get my loop. Just go back. If you miss your loop, just come back to it. Like that. Through. Yeah, so I thought if this video wasn't too long, I can just show you what I'm going to be doing tonight while I'm watching a film that I haven't decided. I haven't decided yet what I'm going to watch. Probably watch a film of some kind. I haven't been. Anybody's got any good ideas for box sets that I can watch? I don't have any. I only have the freebie channels. That's the trouble. I don't have like Netflix or Amazon or anything like that. So I'm just sort of limited. Right, I think I'll just go up here and then I'll show you what I'm going to do next. Okay, so I'm sort of at this point and I've finished doing my blanket stitch up. So they're together, and what I'm going to do now is try and put a bit of seam binding up the middle. I may need to pin that on, I think. Might be a good plan. If I put this straight through the centre, then I'll know where the middle is. Like when I did the zip. And I know I'm going to cover. I must remember to stay away from the edges when I'm doing my next one. So I'm putting these right through the gap where the stitching is. So I'm in the middle. I think I just want one more. No, come on, out. So hopefully, nowhere near through the middle, Carol, but okay, right, we'll try again. I think I start off at the middle and then went a bit crooked. They're roughly in the middle, roughly. So what I'm planning is to go up one side and back down the other with little tiny stitches. And my hands are going to get in the way of the sewing, so I'm going to try. Oh, hello, Sally. Where are you going? She's hiding. And I just think if I go up and down like this, just straight stitches up the two sides, like a little running stitch. I'll take that one out now because that was just to start it off. There we go. I'll get started. It's a bit difficult trying to show this because I really want to be holding it up there somewhere. Right. But you've got the idea. And I'm hoping I've got quite a lot of this pink. But I've also got some green. So I may use this where there's green. I don't know yet. Or I've got a bit of white, but not very much. So I don't know what is going to happen. Yep, you're going to have to keep it there, Carol. And I'm not worried if I have to change colour to suit my sort of background. In hindsight, I could have probably kept to the same fabric in the background in all my pieces, and then that would have been easier. But I haven't, and I quite like all the colours. So that's what I'm going to do for this. And I'm hoping that's going to make it look a bit like a quilt. Who knows? So all you people who are quilters, all credit to you, because I have not a clue what I'm doing. And quilting looks really difficult. You have to be like, you have to measure and things. This is my way of quilting, but without any measuring. Which is absolutely fine for me because, you know, I don't think I'm going to give this to anybody because, A, I don't think anybody would want it. And B, it's just, I don't know if it's safe enough, if you see what I mean. I think if you can machine stitch them, they're probably safer, especially if you're giving them to children. But I mean, I have given Millie some hand stitched ones, but I have made sure they are solidly stitched down. In case you don't know, Millie is my 2-year-old granddaughter, and I have stitched her some little blankets in the past, which she uses, what's that, for her dollies. They all have to have little blankets. I'll show you a really cute photo. I'll put it up here. Yeah, all the dollies have to be covered with a blanket. And I think it's from when she's at daycare. And they have a nap in the daytime on their little beds. Well, it's like a quilt, I think, like a foam bit on the floor. And then they, I can't get to it. It's really annoying. And then they have a little blanket that they cover themselves up with. And I think that's where it's come from. And she does it with all of her babies and her toys and her teddies. And they all have these little blankets, and it's just the cutest. Looking after her babies. Two-year-olds are precious. Absolutely precious. I think any age. But, you know, 2-year-olds are just discovering the world, aren't they? Everything's exciting. Right, so let me just turn that up, out of the way. I'm definitely getting a bit more simpler with my ideas. I got so carried away with that one. Right, so if any of you don't do quilting and you want to put like a thing that looks like a quilting piece down the centre, this is how I'm doing mine. And it's stitched both sides. Finish it off and we'll see what it looks like properly. And I'm going to leave those two edges like long because I'm thinking I can just sort of carry them on then to the next bit. So I'm not going to do any more with you, but that's what I'm doing. So that's my button underneath there. And there's a button underneath there you can play with. And this is just all soft. Oh, it's just yummy. So what did we have next? It was this, wasn't it? So we've got this and I think that. So I'm going to do these two. And then we're going to have to go down and back, I think. I think that's what we'll do. I mean, I could go up if I wanted to. I don't know. I don't know whether to start stitching it together or not now. I've done one piece. I mean, these might go better. Oh, I don't know, guys. But that's how I'm going to put mine together. And then I'm going to back it onto the big piece of quilt. I may put some wadding in between as well. But for now, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me. I do hope you're having as much fun as I am, because it just tickles me. All these things you can actually make. And I'll see you next week when we're going to make a beautiful secret garden with some butterflies. Bye for now.